Brands Hatch has always been on my bucket list, and I finally decided to book track time on it, although it was only a track evening that I had my eyes on for the 19th of August 2024. The day comes, I get going towards the track and I feel the car is awfully soft on the front as I'm on the motorway. I didn't think much of it, though maybe I had forgot I set the dampers soft. I went through all the prep the day before, checked everything. I knew I had a wonky tie rod, but I didn't know just how bad it was, so I found out. However, that was the only issue I could find. I get to the track and lo and behold, they were set to max. I still decided to go ahead and do the sighting laps, which were glorious, mind you. As I said earlier, this is a bucket list track. As short as it is, it's mighty awesome. I went for another couple laps after the sighting lap, just so it doesn't feel wasted. I softened the rear dampers too, but the car felt as it became stock once again. It's just soft as anything. Turns out, my left damper seal came off. GG BC Racing, it had a good run for 5 years. The rest of the evening consisted of me watching others, which was awesome all by itself. I made it home safely and parked the car for a few weeks, called left, right, centre until I managed to get a hold of BC Racing UK, which looked through their orders catalogue and managed to order me another identical damper with the same valve in, which I'd later receive and have to swap over from the old one to the new one, literally everything. I have also ordered in the meantime original tie rod ends from Japan, from Toyota, so I could put something that would last on the car, as the current ones were actually changed early on in my ownership, but were not high quality items. I decided I would not give up, and so I booked another track day for November, a few weeks after my Bedford Autodrome track day, hoping that November weather would be favourable to racing. Now, due to the time of year, track days tend to be cheaper too. The day came and it felt like it would be wonderful. But it's one of those places with a weird charm to it and surprisingly intimidating. I booked a garage.
Ooh, look at fancy me. Getting a garage.
As for the track days, you have to pay if you want one. Evenings, it's usually first come first served basis, and they're mostly free, depending on track of course, such as this one. I made sure to have one in case I have to work on a car at all. So the day starts. I go check in, get the sound test sorted. And then start setting the car up by taking the number plates off, taking the fog lights out for extra cooling on the brakes, which is a bit of a foreshadowing moment, but I digress. Sighting lap was a bit of deja vu, but with a lot more people now.
To your mammy, it don't matter, I ain't listening anyway. They just mad to see decide to drop, they look like ocean spray. You can get it too if you just work more than you told today. This what happen when you take your pain and make it motivation.
You alright?
Okay, right, so as you come out the hairpin,
yeah,
right, down the hill and turn left.
Right, there's a bit of coolant on the circuit.
Right.
We're waiting for obviously the track and the temperature to warm up a little bit so it disappears quickly.
Okay.
But in the meantime, be careful for the next 2 or 3 laps. Don't go stupid, alright?
Alright.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, that's there.
The track is still a bit too damp for my liking. No rush.
And when you take your pain and make it motivation, it ain't gonna be easy trying to be a legend. It's the payment. You need execution, not excuses, dog. You gotta face it.
Right, if I die, this guy's wrong.
In the meantime, I have met some interesting folk who were there in 2 Miatas and a Z4 respectively, and some more people throughout the day who were all awesome.
So you know I can spy with my microphone.
Huh?
I can spy with my microphone.
Oh, you can hear what we're saying?
Now I started the day with a few feeler laps and gave some people a chance to ride along in the Yakuza machine that sounded like it's moving a lot faster than it actually is.
They don't know the hustle, they confused when they look at you. Till you hit your goals, they all shine, they think you Pikachu. Put your mind to it, you can do it, yeah, and I'm the proof. That's the odds against you. Like against the odds. I can't let it break. Everything I've been through, it made.
Has he got a manual mode?
No, it's just got those gear select thing.
What are you shifting? I don't know what you're doing.
I'm just selecting the gear.
2 and 3.
Yeah.
That's the super zone to set up like that.
Try now.
I think brake later there, go all the way to the left and then turn it hard. You kind of hug the inside very early.
Also, someone who I showed earlier overtaking me in the bend, and me being surprised they'd do that even though it's not allowed, well, they've managed to turn over in the sandpit.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
Mate, you're not meant to be overtaking. Especially
Definitely not on the
right.
fucking right.
GG, brother. GG.
Bro saw a car on its side and thought, I'm just going to overtake on the wrong side of the track. I hope that guy's alright.
Yeah.
It does make sense. Thank you for the laps, my friend.
That's how I have to shift.
Try to work with the computer.
That's cool.
Later on, I decided to go out for a few more laps, which went reasonably well. I was starting to get more comfortable on the track, even though I pretty much knew it inside and out from the simulator, in my case being Assetto Corsa on PC. Something didn't feel quite right though. Once the brakes got quite hard, I'd get heavy vibrations on the braking in the steering wheel, which is unlike this car, and my only thought was, maybe my brakes don't have much brakes in them anymore. Possible, but only one way to find out.
So I've just taken the wheels off because I've got some extreme vibrations on the braking, which I don't like the feel of, and so I'm going to be checking some things once this cools off. I have a feeling these pads are a bit low. Yeah. Might still have about 10 laps in them.
Needless to say, based on popular opinion, I should still have a bunch of laps left on those few millimeters of brake pads. Worst comes to worst, if they stop working, which they won't, but if they do, I'll just wing it. Now then, I'm sure that out of the whole track day, you'd like to see what a decent lap is on a track like this. Well, rest assured that neither of mine were decent laps. However, here is my best for the day. As always, I will now shut up. I would like to realistically get these lap times under a minute, however both of these laps were respectively 1:07:04 and 1:06:56. So not bad, but I've got 6 seconds and a half to work on. Overall, the track day went alright. I wish I had checked my brakes after Bedford Autodrome, as that thing really cooked them. But that seemed to be the only issue this time around. and upon later inspection I discovered I also cooked one of the piston rings on a front brake caliper because the heat from the thin pads would dissipate into the caliper.
So track day's done. Anglesey, Brands Hatch. I only did 42 miles, which roughly equates to 40 odd laps. I should have checked that my brake pads are okay. I didn't. Or at least I thought they were okay. Clearly far gone. And yeah, my calipers need a bit of a rebuild. It's just the seals, I think it's just the dust beads, but I've got to see how well they operate.
I'm so glad I've managed to do Brands Hatch finally, and I'm glad it all went well. Maybe in 2025 I will visit some new tracks, or maybe revisit some previously driven ones.
This sounds amazing.
Who knows?
Not the car, that.
See, like,
I can't hear anything now, I'll turn it back on. That is awesome. So what, you put a microphone on the back?
yeah.
Not in the engine bay?
No.